Okay, everybody, how we doing? I know you can't answer me. Good one, Mr. Hook. This is the last shape, three-dimensional shape, and the easiest one. This is not gonna be a very long video here, because all we're gonna deal with is surface area and volume with spheres. There's nothing going on. A sphere is a ball, basically. Think of it that way. And all we really need, if you look here, is the radius. Okay, so that's the thing we're going to need here to work out some of the problems. So you can see the formula for the surface area is given. You might want to pause and write that down for yourself. Surface area is 4 pi r squared. Okay. And it's real simple. The only way I can confuse you is if I gave you the diameter. Well, it's just half of that for the radius. So the surface area here for this problem is 4 pi and 8 squared. So that would have been 4 times pi times 64. And like I said before, we can take these two numbers and multiply them together first, and we get 256 pi. We could have typed that first line in the calculator as is. And when we do that, we should get around 804.25, and it'll be inches squared. There really isn't anything I can do. These are really straightforward and easy. Okay, so surface area. Again, remember what we're finding there, surface area, it's the skin. So think of a basketball. You know, how much leather would I need, square inches of leather would I need to make a basketball? Okay, so that's kind of the idea. All right, so then the only other thing we have is the volume. Now that formula, a little more involved in terms of the calculator, but not hard. It's that right there. The volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, so we do have a weird fraction there. And again, what are we finding? We're finding the inside. So think of the basketball again. How much air is going to get held inside that basketball? Okay. All right, so it's pretty simple. So here I have a soccer ball. I didn't show any pictures here, but it says the soccer ball is a diameter of 9 inches. Well, if the diameter is 9, what's the radius? Well, 9 divided by 2, or 4.5 inches. Okay? All right, so we're going to find the volume, and that's 4/3 pi times 4.5, cubed. Okay? Again, you could type this all in one shot. There's quite a few things you could do in terms of getting that answer. If you do 4.5 cubed first, you're going to get 91.125. So that would look like, you know, this. 91.125. And I wouldn't round that. I'd keep all the decimals. Now, how do I take care of this fraction thing? Well, here's what you can do. You can go 4 times 91.25. So times by 4. And that's going to get me 364.5, and then divide that by 3. Okay, so then you could take that number and divide by 3, and you get 121.5 pi. Okay, again, you can type that in one shot on your calculator to get the answer. 121.5 pi, when you multiply that in the calculator or from the very beginning, you're going to get around 381.7 inches cubed. One thing I didn't say when we're dealing with cylinders, cones, and now spheres, there's pi involved. If you use 3.14 or if you use the pi button on your calculator, you get slightly different answers, you know, a little bit off depending on how big the radiuses were and the heights on those other shapes. You know, that may change how your values a little bit, but as long as you're within a few decimal places or even sometimes one whole unit, you should be good to go. All right, again, there'll be a worksheet with some problems attached to this that I'd like you to try, and let me know if there's any questions you don't understand.